What's going on, everyone? BouseFeenux here, and today in For Honor, the game has finally been patched to version 1.03. Now, for those that are confused, the patch is only live on PC for the time being, with a console update coming at an unspecified date. The devs have declared that the patch is in certification with Microsoft and Sony, so hold on just a little bit longer. So, what's new with the patch? There's actually quite a bit packed into this update. There were a bunch of little things they fixed, but for now, I wanted to cover what I think are the 5 major changes. Before I do that, though, I want to let you know that if you want to see the patch notes yourself, I'll have them down in the video description below. Anyway, let's take a look at the first major change. This is a big one, and it deals with the guard break mechanic. Specifically, the devs say that we reverted the guard break mechanics to the beta behavior in order to have it be a more usable skill. Guard break is no longer uncounterable if you're guard broken during the guard break startup. So what that means in English is that previously if you were guard broken and pushed any button other than the guard break button while countered, and yes, that includes moving in a direction, that counted as an input, and unless it was the guard break button to counter the guard break, you couldn't counter it. This was really frustrating to a ton of people, including myself, and as you can see here in the footage you're watching, it's pretty much been fixed. For those of you that participated in the alpha test, closed beta, and open beta, this is the same behavior we saw during those periods, so rejoice! Guard breaks are a lot easier to get out of, and at higher levels of play, you'll have to go for safer guard breaks. The next major change we're looking at is to the Peacekeeper. The biggest one that everyone is worried about is the change to her guard break stab. In the beta, you got 3 stabs and they all applied bleed. If I remember correctly, a total of 3 stabs did 45 bleed damage in the beta. On the release of the game, only the first stab applied bleed, and with this patch, all 3 stabs apply bleed and do damage again. Stab 1 applies 2 damage and 15 bleed, Stab 2 applies 2 more damage and 12 bleed, and Stab 3 applies another 2 damage and 9 bleed. So total, you'll now do 36 damage points of bleed and 6 damage points of physical damage for 42 damage overall. This is terrifying because if you play an Assassin or a Valkyrie, this is a little over a quarter of your health bar. Practice guard break counters, guys, jeez. In addition to this, the Peacekeeper's attack range on light attacks, as well as the range on her heavy follow-up stab attack has been increased slightly. This allows for PKs to connect a light attack after a parry, which is a pretty big buff in my opinion. I'm not a PK main, but from what I understand now, a PK can go straight from a parry into their light mix-up vortex, which gives her a few more options. It's pretty devastating, so watch out for it. Moving on though to the next major change, Zerker and Conk mains can rejoice because light attacks are now safe. Previously, if you blocked a light attack from either of these characters, you could follow up on them with a free uncounterable guard break because the recovery time for them was so slow. Now, the recovery time has been reduced and they can counter the guard break. I think because of this, we're going to be seeing a lot more Conks and Zerker mains on the battlefield swinging light attacks, which is going to make these characters a bit less predictable to fight, so make sure to be on your guard. The 4th addition in this patch are the massive changes to the Valkyrie class, and as a Valk main, you can pretty much bet that I'm jizzing my pants over this. Firstly, her attack chains have been sped up significantly, which makes chains way easier to connect if you're switching guards to throw off your opponent. Secondly, the recovery time for most of the Valk's attacks has been shortened, allowing you to follow up after a missed hit much quicker. Lastly, and this is my favorite, Shield Crush can now be chained into a light chain. This is massive because before, Shield Crush wasn't super useful. It was okay, but it wasn't super safe to use. Now you can feint a heavy into a Shield Crush and from there go into a light chain, which you can finish with a Spear Sweep or just finish regularly. As a Valk, you've got a lot more options in your mix-up now. Finally, the last change in this patch should make just about everyone happy. In Duel, Brawl, and Elimination game modes, bots that join an in-progress match will be dead for the current round. Previously, if you killed someone and they rage quit, you just had to fight the bot version of them right after you killed them. This often gave the other team an advantage, but no more. I'm super excited that they listened to the community on this one. That is it for the patch notes though. They've fixed a ton of stuff in this update, but the game is still far from perfect, as we all know. Lawbringers in particular really got the shaft on this one, and it's disappointing because I really want to try that class, and I know some of you like playing him. Hopefully, he gets some love in the next update, though. Apart from that, we've still got the glaringly awful server issues, but that's going to be a way bigger problem to solve. In an ideal world, the player base continues to grow, and Ubi decides to set up some dedicated servers for us. Here's to hoping on that one. But that's going to be all for me today, folks. Like I said at the start of the video, if you want to view the full patch notes, check check the description below. Additionally, like this video if you found it helpful, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so that you never miss another video. Until next time though, I'm BouseFeenux, I'll see you at the next video, and as always, thank you so much for watching.